My funeral as an apostate. Lately, I've been thinking about my death. I'm 64 years old. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And in 6 years, I'll be 70. And as the Bible says, the days of the years of our life are 70 years, because of special mightiness, now there be 80 years. Now, as you all know, I'm an atheist. I still think the Bible is got some beautiful poetry in it, and it's still an amazing book. But I'm thinking about my funeral when I eventually die. Now, Nicole is an active Jehovah's Witness, and I'm sure the brothers and the sisters in the congregation will give her a lot of comfort and a lot of support, and will give her meals and help her out amazingly, because that's what they do if you're a Jehovah's Witness. But if you are an apostate, will they have a funeral for me at the Kingdom Hall? And because I'm an apostate, and if anyone's seen my videos, they know I'm an atheist who has nothing against Christianity. I think Christianity's a good thing, and a lot of my very best friends are Christians. And also, as ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, we don't want to get into tribalism. We're all ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. So if we ever had a ex-Jehovah's Witness gathering, we're not gonna, that side of the stadium are all ex-Jehovah's atheists, and that side of the stadium, they're all ex-Jehovah's now born-again Christians. We're going to sit with each other. If we ever have an ex-Jehovah's Witness get-together. Now, yesterday I was on Colin Zafke's channel, the CEO Visit, and I was the only atheist there. And they welcomed me. And, we are all ex-Jehovah's Witness, regardless if we become born-again Christian, if we become Muslim, if we become a Buddhist, agnostic, atheist, skeptical, whatever you become. We don't care. We're all ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, and we should all love each other, sit down together. Not that side of the stadium, ex-Jehovah's Witness Christians, and that side of the stadium, ex-Jehovah's atheists. No, we all sit together because we're all in the same boat. We're all ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. But when it comes to the subjects of funerals for an apostate, now, when I die, right, the brothers and sisters are going to help Nicole. I don't know, I'm pretty sure they're not going to have a service for me at the Kingdom Hall, but even if they did have a service at the Kingdom Hall, would they give me credit for all the doors I knocked on, my zeal in the ministry, my love of Jehovah, my love of the Bible, my love of always preaching about the kingdom? Or is that all gone out the window? And they're going to cut that bit out? Or that work I did for Jehovah, or that work I did for Watchtower, will they totally erase that? And they will. They're not going to say Justin loved Jehovah, Justin did door-to-door, Justin gave lovely talks, Justin was always there to support brothers and sisters when they needed it, Justin was hospitable, and he loved Jehovah and he put the kingdom first. No, they're not going to mention those 30 years I dedicated my life to Jehovah, the God of the Bible. That will all go out the window. But I'm sure if I die as an apostate, they're going to look after Nikki, they're going to take care of Nikki, they're going to support her emotionally. So what do you do? And what do you do for funerals of atheists too? A classic example, my big sister Lisa, She was born in 1958, and in 1994 my big sister, at the age of 36, committed suicide. Now, my sister, even when she was a little girl, she was a staunch atheist, because when my sister was 4 years old, her 30-year-old mother died and was told by the grown-ups that your mummy's in heaven, God wanted your mum in heaven, your mum's not on earth because God... So automatically my sister, I suppose, became an atheist. As a child, she became an atheist. And she never believed in God. She never believed in God, as far as I know. She not once... I could classify my big brother, Scott, as an agnostic, I could say, but my big brother. Now, when my sister committed suicide in 1994, my family had a Catholic funeral, right? Now, my family were atheists and agnostics, but we'd only go to church when there was a wedding or a funeral. A wedding or a funeral. I was never baptised as a child, right? I was never baptised as a child. I baptised myself into the Catholic Church when I was 12, because in 1970 I fell in love with Jesus Christ Superstar, the musical, and bought the record. I think it was in the very early 70s, and it was only $2. And I said to my grandparents, because I was an orphan, because my dad committed suicide when I was 8. He was only 38. And Lisa was 11 when Dad suicided. So what happened? My grandparents said, well, if you want to go to church, Justin, you're free to go to church. See, atheist, agnostic parents. And they say, yeah, welcome to go to church. You've got two choices. Because in the early 70s, the only real choices you had back in the early 70s in Australia were actually Church of England or the Catholic Church. Now, I always failed spelling tests, so I didn't like English at school, and I thought, oh, I don't like English. Why learn the language? I'm never going to go to England. Why learn the language? But I do like cats, so I became a Catholic. I like licking cats too. No, I don't like licking cats, but I became a Catholic, right? So, and I think that's maybe why they gave my big sister a Catholic funeral, even though she was a staunch atheist, right? And my sister had a university degree where she learned all about evolutionary biology. So she knew all about evolutionary biology. And what happened? At the funeral, the Catholic priest said, welcome thy spirit of thy servant, Lisa Mary Porter, into your everlasting heavenly kingdom. So the Catholic priest welcomed the spirit of my suicidal atheist sister into heaven. Welcome the spirit of thy servant, Lisa Mary Porter, into thy heavenly kingdom. Now, Lisa wasn't a servant of Jesus or the Mother Mary, and she didn't believe that when you die you went to heaven. She just believed you're dead, and that's forever. You're dead forever. Which is a pretty gloomy prospect, and that's why people don't like atheists. The reason why people don't like atheists, because atheists make religious people question their religion and say, don't tell me I'm not going to see my dead mother again. Don't you tell me I'm not going to see my dead child again. So atheists are a threat, because people want to see their dead mother again. They want to see their dead child again. They want to be reunited with their dead loved ones. It's natural. But we should always be a bit agnostic, and I am that way too. I don't like to be an arrogant atheist. I don't like to be, because you can easily get branded an arrogant atheist, because atheists can be a bit arrogant. No, there is no life after death. No, there is no God. There is... still don't know. So I have to be very agnostic too, But I usually call myself an atheist because if you say you're an agnostic, people say, well, my God's real. My God's real, and have a look at my God, and you won't be agnostic. I say atheist, I don't believe there's any God that has dealings with humans. I don't think God wants anything to do with humans. He's happy without humans, And maybe God, if there is a God, maybe God can't give us everlasting life. Yes, I made you on earth and gave you this good food and your family and everything, but I can't make you live forever. That's one thing I can't do. I'm not all powerful, and you die like all other. Do you think anyone's going to worship God? No. What? No afterlife. Stuff you, God. Yeah, so no, so we don't know, but I don't think, I'm not convinced there is a God. But as I said, we're ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, and I love ex-Jehovah's Witness YouTube channels, regardless if they're ex-JW Christians, ex-JW Muslim, ex-JW Buddhist, I don't care what religion. We're all ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, But talking about funerals, I know my wife will get supported, a lot of help, and also I don't think they will have one. And maybe if any elders or ministerial servants do go to my funeral, they may lose their privileges. They may lose their privileges if they go to my funeral. You went to the funeral of an apostate. Well, the elder or ministerial servant that goes to a funeral of me, apostate atheist, they're not going for me because I'm dead. I'm not going to influence them once I'm dead. They go there to support my wife, Nicole, and give her comfort, guidance, friendship, and help, and I hope all Jehovah's Witnesses do that. And one elder said to my beautiful wife, Nicole, he said, Justin may be in paradise. Justin may be in paradise because he has a good heart. He has a good heart. And even though he's been led astray by Satan, he has a good heart, and he may well be in paradise with you. One elder said that to Nikki. And I bumped into Jehovah's Witnesses in the street sometime, and I tell them I'm an apostate. If anyone sees you talking to me, the elders see you talking to me, you'll get disfellowshipped. So be very careful. And they say, you're not an apostate, Justin. No, you're not an apostate. And I say, I am. I'm an apostate. I have an Apostate U channel. But they kind of, no, because I treat my wife nice. When I had a car, I don't have a car now, but when I had a car, I'd give lifts to Nikki to all the Kingdom Hall meetings. I support Nikki in her witnessing work. I wanted to stay a witness. And if you're a Christian, stay a Christian. I don't want to influence you with my atheism. And if you're a happy Christian, or if you're a happy Jehovah's Witness, don't watch my videos, because I really don't want you to lose your religion, because to me, religion is an opiate. As Karl Marx said, religion is the opium of the people, and there's a lot worse things in life than Christianity, and maybe the world might be a bit sadder place if we lost Christianity. And maybe one day I'll go to church again. I may, I'm sure when, if my wife Nicole dies, I will go to a church probably again, and because the thought of never seeing her again is unbearable to me. So I may join another Christian and become a Christian again. I don't know. So I don't judge anyone. So as ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, keep supporting each other's channel, regardless if you disagree with their Christianity, their atheism, their Buddhism, or even if they're Muslim, love them, because, or gay, love them, because gay people, Muslims, Christians, atheists, we shouldn't really judge each other. we should be looking at each other and think, rightio, you believe that, I believe that, we can still be friends. You don't have to sit over there while I sit over there, you know. Sit together, sit together. Don't be so tribal, because as humans we become very tribalistic. So, and on my headstone I'm going to write, I told you I didn't feel well. I told you I was sick. Or on my headstone I'm going to have rest in hell, rot in peace. Rest in hell, rot in peace. And if there really is a hellfire, as some Christians seem to believe, if there really is a hellfire, send me there, because I would rather burn with people in hell than be up in heaven watching my loved ones burn and suffer while I'm in heaven eating grapes and sitting on fluffy pink clouds playing a harp. Send me to hell, and there's no such thing. And as ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, we must be very grateful we weren't taught the nasty hellfire doctrine, because there's a lot of atheists. There is a lot of atheists out there that are still scared and tormented by hellfire. I'll say that again. I do repeat myself, I know, as some commenters have said. I repeat myself for emphasis. A lot of atheists are still scared of hellfire because they got taught hellfire when they were little kids. And if you teach little kids, oh, if you're bad, God's going to burn you in hell. Don't think that, God's going to burn you in hell. Don't believe that, or God's going to burn you in hell. And you become an atheist. Those teachings are still stuck in your head. So if you are an ex-Jehovah's Witness, just be grateful. Just be grateful you're an ex-Jehovah's Witness and not an ex-born-again Christian who believes in hell. Or if you are ex-Jehovah's Witness, be grateful you're not an ex-Muslim, because if you're an ex-Muslim, that's a capital offence. In 13 countries, if you leave Islam, they will kill you. They will kill you, and they give you about 3 or something days to repent in jail and come back to Allah. So just be grateful, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, because there's some worse religions. There's some worse religions that if you leave them, they'll kill you. So, you know. And so talking about funerals, I don't know about my own funeral. I haven't really planned it. I should start thinking about it, because once you hit 60, you really do start thinking about death, you know. When you hit 60, and I'm 64, and you think, oh, you know, it's coming on. So I'm sure the Jehovah's Witnesses will be nice to my wife, and I'm sure there's a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses that aren't elders or ministerial servants who may come to my funeral. But if they're ministerial servants or elders, they will lose their privileges if they come to my funeral. And we should all think about our mortality, because none of us are well, and you know, so what we do, we just love each other while we're here, look after ourselves, and in 2 weeks' time, in roughly 2 weeks' time, I find out if my beautiful wife Nicole, if the growth, she has a growth in front of her pelvic bone, the sacrum, which is above the coccyx bone, she has a growth there, find out if it's cancer. And so I'm looking at that too. My wife finds out in 2 weeks. We find out if that growth is cancer or if it's something else. Hopefully it's something else, but we have to wait and see. And so love each other, take care of each other, regardless of what we believe in. It doesn't matter. And I'm quite a old guy, 64, and we're all going to die one day. Unless Jesus comes back and saves us all, we get raptured up to heaven. Isn't it funny? Some Christians believe that you're going to get raptured up to heaven, and the people that get left on the earth, they have to put up with the tribulation for 7 years. Yeah, some religions, I think the Seventh-day Adventists, they believe that when you die, we get raptured up to heaven, and everyone who's going to go to heaven, they get released from their graves to go up to heaven with Jesus. And then Jesus will say, no, you're going to hell. So they'll throw them in the lake of fire, but they only get burned for a little while. They don't get burned for eternity. They just get burned up in the lake of fire, and that's it. That's it. But that's the rapture. Jehovah's Witnesses never taught the rapture. We believe that when Jehovah comes back with Jesus, he's going to wipe out everyone who's not Jehovah's Witness, and the good will live on earth forever, and 144,000 will go to heaven. So I think we should all think about our funerals, and I should really plan mine. So, my apostate funeral. You're all invited. You're all invited to go to my apostate funeral. And, and it won't be in the Kingdom Hall, I know that, but I don't know if they have, who goes. I'm sure there'll be no elders and ministerial servants. I'll have to go in secret because, poor Nicole, but I will die one day, 64. You live to 80, 70, 80, 70, 80 years, so the Bible's right about that. But thanks again for Colin Zafke. Go to CO Visit. He's got a wonderful channel, and he's still got a brilliant channel, even though he's a Christian. Good for him. I'm happy for him. I think Christianity is a good thing in a lot of ways. Has a dark side to it. Christianity has a good side too, And Jesus was all about love and helping each other, not looking at the straw in your brother's eye, if you've got a rafter in your eye. The Good Samaritan, helping strangers at the well, giving them a drink of water, Good Samaritan, not judging each other, be kind to each other. Jesus was all about that, So, and I'm an atheist, so I don't think it's a bad thing. I think Christianity is a good thing, even though I don't think it's true. I think, you don't stop your kids from having Christmas because of Santa Claus isn't true. You think it was a good thing for them. Makes them happy. It makes someone happy. Yeah, go for it, And if my beautiful wife ever died, I'm sure I would probably go religious again too, because a lot of atheists become Christian again. And a lot of Christians become atheists, vice versa, And I like the community of the church, but I don't like it when they say, you really got Jesus in your life? How do you know you're not going to go to hell when you die? Did you look at that woman in an immoral way? Did you think that bad thought? Did you always judging, But I want to call it quits, 23 minutes. Thanks again. Like and subscribe.